this also follows on with F1 being nominated for Best Movie, right? Because,
Mm.
arguably you could say it's not really, the best movie of like last year, but you got to remember who votes for this, right? There's a lot of cast and crew that like, are placing their vote. And I think what they are trying to send a message here is in, saying, hey, we need to reward Apple for spending the amount of, time and money that they did to not only like, yes, get the movie out there, but like reward them for building the cameras that they needed to build in order to like film the cars the way that they needed to. A lot of people were like super impressed with like how that, how it was filmed, but then also how it showed up on IMAX, right? Because it's like you really felt like you were there, like watching the cars. I think this is like a way for them to reward like bringing like art and craft back to the movies, and rewarding, the people that were involved in that. Do I think they're going to win like best movie? Probably not. But like the nomination is enough, and they went ahead
Yeah.
and got like the best editing and best like sound effects and stuff. So it's all just like craft related Oscar nominations.
Yeah, I feel like the sort of technical mastery element is,
Yeah.
or technical innovation
Mhm.
element is, I remember there was some element of it where you could watch the trailer on your iPhone and
Mhm.
get a haptic feeling of the engine rumbling.
Yeah.
The little things that people haven't done before. I mean, it strikes me as sort of hitting the same chord for Oscar voters that also comes by shooting on IMAX or shooting with
Mhm.
VistaVision or whatever. It's like, here is a technical innovation or a throwback or like an affectation that lends something to the film that the awards community wants to sort of genuflect to and acknowledge and say, the craft is made better for experimentation of this sort, and we appreciate it. Similarly, on an economic perspective, I have to imagine that like the Oscars are like, Apple, yes, please, we would
Mhm.
love for you to continue, diverting some minuscule portion of your massive budget to making films. And I was remembering as you were saying, I remember Apple either won Best Picture or more likely was nominated for Best Picture with CODA. And
Mhm.
just for the number of films that they've put out there, their representation in awards categories, they're punching above their weight
Mhm.
on some level. And I wonder if that's still them trying to figure out what's going to be our sort of like differentiator from
Mhm.
standard films. Is it going to be these technical elements? Is it going to be our integration of the hardware that people might watch these on with the
Mhm.
experiences contained in the films themselves? I don't know, but kind of Apple's streaming and film ambitions have been like a little bit questionable up until
Mhm.
now. Like, it's like, what are they getting at? But if they continue to get these Best Picture nominations, those questions maybe start to sort themselves out.
Yeah, definitely. Just yeah, in comparison, I mean, Netflix and Warner Brothers were the two highest, nominated studios this year. Very noticeably, noticeably, Paramount was not. So I think that might be a silent rebuke against the Ellison family who bought Paramount and are trying to buy Warner Brothers instead of Netflix. So these like, more like silent ways of showing who you favor and like what you favor is speaking a lot more if we like pay attention to it.